Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here and I'm proud to present to you guys a Logitech g910 Orion Spark. And yes, many of you are probably going to ask me, wow, what a quick turnaround. Why? It's because, sadly, the K65 had to go. I believe I mentioned it in the review before. If not, then I'm probably going to mention it now. The Cherry MX Red switches are just not for me. So sad to say it, but yes, they are just not for me, and I don't want to keep it. I like the board. The board is a good design board, although I would prefer to have number pad too. But then again, that's not the case, so it had to go. It cannot stay. And thus, when I went to my local retailer, this happens to be on a promotional, which means it has, I believe, it was a $30 reduction, which puts it in the same territory as the K65 RGB. So I figured, alright, let's just do a straight swap and let's give this board a try. Now, when seeing my first impressions videos and seeing my review videos, it makes me wonder and think about my review videos, and thus I don't think I'm gonna make review videos anymore, because simply the first impressions videos are when most people are going to watch it, and they don't tend to follow up with the review videos. And in the review videos, to be honest, it's very short and it's not as informative, so I'm just gonna scrap it. And speaking of scrapping, that's gonna come later on in this video. But yeah, there is a pretty big gripe that I have with the keyboard. Although a lot of it's done really well though. Now, on to the board itself. Of course, this is a RGB board as well. It's full 104 key layout with macro keys here, macro keys there, and it uses a Romer G switch, which is something that you guys should probably look at. So I'm gonna go get my key puller and pull one out for you guys. Just hang on and just sort of stare at this Orion Sparks logo. Hopefully the camera does not shift. Okay, so it's probably gonna shift down. There you go. And I'm gonna be right back. And without providing any video editing, because I do not know how to do that yet, but I will. And once I find enough time to figure out the whole video editing process, my videos will be more streamlined and they will be a lot smoother. But as of now, this is something that you have to deal with. I'm sorry to say, but this is facts. Anyways, on to the board. Now let's see if I can pull one out. There we go. Ooh, it doesn't look like it's focusing much. Huh, okay. You guys can't really see the switch itself. I'm gonna turn the light off. Hopefully it's better. There we go. Focus. Haha, perfect. So the problem with this particular switch is that it's very unique. It's so unique in a way that I cannot replace keycaps for it. So if I don't like this certain type of keycap, I'm stuck with it. I'm done. This is it. Cause the keycaps will look sort of like this. And if you guys know Cherry MX, they don't look like this. So, oh well. And another gripe that I kind of have about it is that, you know how the K65 RGB has sort of ripple effects where you type it in and then color spreads around? Yeah, I really like that feature, although I have to agree it's very, very distracting when you're doing work. But I really do like that effect, and it's not present here, which is, I guess you can say, is this a minor complaint, but I don't know. I really do like that feature. Hopefully they do a firmware update where they can bring me that feature. That would be great. That would be fantastic. And I do like the fact that you have a scroll wheel for the volume. I can't believe how useful this little scroll wheel is. Yeah, because when I have my Razer Black Widow, which is my daily driver, by the way, I have to push the button where I hold function and then hit one of the F keys to lower or set the volume higher, but they only come in increments. Instead of in the scroll wheel, I get more precise of how I would want to set the volume. It would be more precise, but I just never noticed how useful this is. Yeah, just this little minor thing I want to talk about. And I do like the way how this keyboard feels, by the way. I really do. And for those of you that want to know, this is the sound that it makes. It's not me bottoming it out, because this would be me bottoming out the board. And this would just be regular sort of typing, no bottoming out. And I did saw a recent sound test video that person bottoms out every single key, which is unnecessary, because this one does produce a sound and you can tell that you hit something from the sound that it makes, which for Reds is not the case apparently. But I do kind of miss that board though. I really do want it in blue. If they have it in blue with the macro keys and everything, with the USB pass-through as well, I honestly think I'm sold. That's gonna be probably my daily driver without a doubt. Because this particular board, although it only has one USB tip to use, which is great by the way, it doesn't have USB pass-through, which is not that great, because I do like USB pass-through. Sometimes when I have to turn around and plug USBs in, that gets annoying sometimes. And that reduces work efficiency, which is not good at all. And another complaint that I want to say is that how come this cable is not braided? I do know that I buy the keyboard on a promotional sale, but if for those of you that were to buy it retail, you would want the cable to be braided instead of this regular plastic, which is not that good. And the USB tip is also silver and not gold plated. I'm just gonna show you guys the tip too. Yeah, this is the USB tip, which is the silver, and not gold. So I feel like they cost cut a lot, and that's just not that good because they're charging a premium for this board. It's not like this is $100 or a $80 board. This is $180 full price. That's not that good. And also they include wrist rests, which is again just like the K65 RGB. It's hard plastic. And the one that they give you here, it's also hard plastic, which is kind of redundant, because then why? If you're gonna make a wrist rest, guys, this is a very good tip later on when you guys refine the boards, make them better. To all keyboard manufacturing out there, not just Logitech alone. No. This is just because all of them have this particular problem. Is that if you're gonna make a wrist rest, you need to make it soft. Don't make it with hard plastic, because then it would be pointless. If those of you that do not agree with what I have to say, then comment down below and tell me that I'm wrong. But I seriously think I'm right, that wrist rests should not be hard plastic. It should be very soft, it should be very comfortable, because you're resting your wrists on it and you want to use the keyboard for a long duration of time. Am I right? That's why you should make them soft and not hard. And the switches, I do like the switches though. I do like them. Here's a little sound test. And also, I will provide a link down in the description below of me typing out the keyboard to provide a full sort of sound analysis. So that will be in the description down below too. Does that even make a sound? I don't know. I don't think it makes a sound, because in the real world I don't hear it, but maybe the camera picks it up. Oh, the sound was on. I thought I turned it off to avoid the sticky key sound on. Oh well. That's too late now. do like the fact that you get 3 memory settings for your macro keys, which is very nice. And I do like the fact that this light here, you can change the color of it. Oh, I think I record that. Alright, let's record it again. Which is very nice. Sorry for that there, my hand doesn't want to move where I want them to move. And you can also change the light here too, which is a nice feature. And you also get this phone dock, which I would put a phone there to demonstrate, but it's recording right now. But yes, that is nice, and you do get the app to go with the phone dock. Because back then they have the I believe it was the g910 or something like that, that has the screen on it, but it uses a membrane switch. I'm not so sure, but I can always just look it up and post a link down below if you guys are interested in that particular board. I might get my hands on it to do a review. I might. And the reason why you're seeing so many sort of premium grade boards is that I'm searching for a new daily driver, and from the looks of it, I might just keep the Battlefield keyboard, because it seems like I'm really nitpicky about what board I want, and so far the boards that I have gone through now, they're not as what I expect them to be, so I really don't want to keep them. And sad to say it, that's including this particular board too, which you won't be seeing this board again anytime soon. And to conclude it, this board is not right for me, but it could be right for you, which, if from looking at the videos, from seeing the sound, from knowing that it's a RGB level board, and you can customize the colors of each individual key to fit whatever game that you're playing. If this sounds really good to you, and if you happen to see a promotional sale at your local retailer, then I say go for it. But for me, I'm very nitpicking about my boards, and this sadly does not fit for me to be a daily driver. And this has been the Logitech G910 Orion Sparks. Rio Gion signing out.